In today's video, I'll give you 7 reasons why you and I as millennials should be more proactive and be more vocal when it comes to politics. The noise levels and amount of politically flavored discussions have been sky high recently. It seems like everyone and anyone with a political opinion and a social media account is labeled as a political analyst. Now, I don't actually think that's a bad thing. Reason number 1 why we should be more active and more vocal is because we are severely underrepresented. Most decision makers right now are significantly older than we are. The thing is, our generation, we are the nearest to the average age of the population of this country. So there's that disconnect between what we want versus what they think we want. There's a generation gap. Imagine our own challenges when we talk to our parents, for example. Speaking of, I have a question for you. Have you ever had a boomer-millennial confrontation? If so, I want to hear about your experience and make sure to leave a comment below. Reason number 2 is because we are, or we soon will be, the largest tax-paying population in this country. Companies and businesses are already adjusting their benefits to suit a younger and more digital generation. We grew up demanding better experiences from everything, and I think that makes us really good leaders as well, because we know that it's not enough for things to work. They have to work well, and they have to be enjoyable to use as well. As a massive tax-paying population, I bet that you and I will want to make sure that our money goes to fund initiatives and projects that are enjoyable to use and are things that work well for everyone else. If you like what you're hearing so far, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Reason number 3 is because our generation is hyper aware of current events. The wokeness of our generation and the younger Gen Zs have enabled us to champion causes ranging from gender equality all the way to reducing reliance on single-use plastics. We sympathize and empathize with people who are halfway across the world, and we can relate to their struggles, even if the only thing that's connecting us is our generational similarity. This could be the start of a more empathic and more sympathetic generation of leaders. I want to hear your thoughts on the question of the day. How would you influence someone from an older generation, like a baby boomer for example, to see your side, especially on things and beliefs that you are passionate about? Let me know. Reason number 4 is we simply have more information compared to the older generations. You and I grew up with the internet and social media, and information has always just been a click away. Gone are the days when we take information at face value. We question everything, we fact check whenever possible, and our generation just innately knows when something isn't what it seems to be. I'd like to think that you and I are not going to be responding to an email from a Nigerian prince who'd like to share his inheritance with us. Imagine if we apply our attitude of question everything and fact check everything, how it will apply to decisions that affect millions of people. More decisions will be data-led, they will be fact-checked and science-backed. Reason number 5 is we value transparency. When it comes to transparency, it's not about conducting a witch hunt, it's about accountability. And this is good, because if nothing else, it encourages good behavior and positive reactions from a governance or leadership perspective. Brands have known this for a while. If they're more accountable and more transparent to a millennial target audience, well, their consumers tend to like them better. And I think that's just what makes our generation a little bit more unique. We put our money where our beliefs are. Maybe that's why many millennials and Gen Zs, they tend to trust brands a little bit more than their own governments. Reason number 6 is we have a reputation for collaboration. We grew up connected to people both online and offline, where we bounce off plans with strangers, crowdsource ideas from all corners of the world, and we tend to identify with the individual merits of people. Imagine if this was applied to policy making or civic projects. Imagine if this was how we will be conducting diplomatic relations with other countries. Imagine if this is how we lead each other through open dialogues and openness to collaborate with each other. I have a question. Have you ever collaborated with people that you have never met before? How did it go? I want to hear about it, so make sure to drop a comment. Reason number 7 is we can be a generational bridge. You and I as millennials, we are the last generation who will ever know a world where analog connections existed. We are the last generation to have known a time when we didn't rely this much on digital technology. This makes us the perfect bridge between the two generations, the baby boomers and Gen Xers, as well as the internet babies, the Gen Zs? Can we somehow find a way to bridge the two generations or the two eras together? Can we somehow find a way to help them communicate better with each other as well? I think we can. We can do better by proactively bridging the connection between our elders and also the younger generation who look up to us. Do you think our generation has what it takes to change the face of politics for our country? I want to hear your thoughts, so make sure to drop a comment below. If you found this video informative or helpful, make sure to hit like and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jason and I hope that you've made a commitment to be better today.